Like the video.
I always do that. I get on all my pages and I'm like.
Period. You don't support
Exactly.
yourself. I know that's right. All right, we're live.
Hey, Steve. See, there's already people on there.
Really?
Well, one person.
That's wild.
How are you? Happy Saturday.
Do we need to put our earphones on? Or no, it's just gonna...
Well, if we're going to have someone on, yeah. But if not, then if it's just us, I think it's fine. Hello, everyone. Can you guys please do us a favor and like the live as you come into the room? We're just hanging out. It's Saturday. We're shooting. So we are trying this new thing where we come on live at least once.
Yes. And just go over current events, current topics. We have Vida and Tyrick in the studio with us today.
Mm-hmm.
Say hello, everyone.
Hey, you guys. It's Vida.
Tyrick.
Hey, everybody. I was reading something.
We just finished 2 episodes.
Yes. We love you too, Steve. Thank you. Happy Saturday.
Love you.
Just letting people come in. We're just hanging out. We just had a really good shoot, really good episodes coming out these next 2 weeks.
Yes. I'm trying to find like our logo so I can post on Ladies Associate Instagram that we're going live. Like we're live.
Oh, okay.
Come meet us live. But I got so many damn pictures of myself. Damn. That's so embarrassing. I can't find
That's funny.
logo.
Well, how's you guys' week been?
Yes. How's everybody's week going?
A great week.
The mic.
How's it?
I need the mic.
Can you get closer to the mic?
Oh.
Steve, how's your week going? How's everybody that's coming in? How's y'all week going? How's your week going, Christine?
How is it going? Oh, it's great.
Really?
Yeah.
Why'd you have to think about it?
Because I couldn't remember. I can't keep track of the days anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I've been off this past week and then this next week. So, yeah, I might do a little quick trip.
Your birthday's coming up.
I know. That's why.
Oh, it's
So-
July.
Mhm, It
I
is.
forgot Cancer.
I know.
Are you excited?
Yeah, but we did so much for the birthdays last year that I just don't want to do too much this year.
Oh, yeah. We went to Costa Rica last year, and then this year we're just doing nothing.
I had like 3 birthday parties, so I'm really good.
You could take a quick trip to Fort Worth.
I might go to Miami for a
Miami.
day or 2 real quick. So
I love that.
we'll see.
I'm about to share this live link. Hello? Okay, link. Link.
Man, the year is flying by. I can't believe it's July. Like, where has the time gone?
Yeah.
Y'all so damn quiet today. What's going
I was
on?
thinking about something.
What are you thinking about?
It flew my mind now.
We talked about on the episode
Oh, yeah.
how... Oh, go ahead.
Somebody said we're closer to 2050 than we were to 2000.
What? We're closer to 2050 than we are to 2000?
Yes.
Yeah, we are, right?
July 1st. We came
Oh,
closer.
because it's almost 2026, right?
Do y'all
Yeah.
remember when it turned the year 2000?
I was born in 2000.
Oh,
Lord
wow.
have mercy.
Goodness gracious.
Wow.
It was
Yeah.
the greatest year.
I still remember
Y2K was coming.
Y'all thought the world was going to end?
Everybody thought the world was gonna end. People
No, for
maxed
real.
out their credit cards, sold
I
everything.
literally remember that when I was a kid.
How do you remember that?
Because it was because it's like 19, you're going into a whole new, like,
It
it's
was-
now
We
the
We were like
Oh,
yeah.
barely new
goodness.
to America, so I don't
Yeah.
really... Dang, that's
How old
crazy.
were y'all in, I guess, 2000? Yeah, how old were you guys?
We don't need to disclose this.
Yeah, you should have set us up. That was a setup.
I knew that was coming.
She was ready. She calculated it.
I was like, no,
Like, she
It's
tried to set
okay.
up for the okie doke.
But chat, how old were y'all in the year 2000?
That's a good way to get somebody's age. I
when,
love
when
that.
Juvenile
How old
back
were
that
you?
back
Somebody
that
said old.
A-up came out.
Period.
Oh, Spider. Is that you, Spider?
I'm
I'm
screaming.
like, okay.
Oh my gosh.
Well, thank you for joining. Please like our live, Spider.
Yeah, please like the live. That'll help us boost the show, the episode. But yeah, what's going on? What's going on in America, peoples?
What's going on in America? The big, beautiful bill was signed.
What big beautiful
The
bill?
big, beautiful... You didn't hear about Trump signing the big, beautiful bill?
It's the stupidest name in the
I
world.
started checking out, but it's actually called the big beautiful bill.
Yeah.
That's what it's called, yes.
And what does it do?
It's supposed to save money, right? But it's cutting a lot of social services like Medicare, Medicaid, Social Security. It's very terrible, actually. So,
I'm not even surprised anymore. I don't know. I feel like I'm on autopilot.
Yeah, it's just better to just think about yourself.
And the other day, when he was
Yeah.
like, he wants to get rid of Juneteenth because it's like we're losing a lot of money,
Child.
and I'm just like, there's a whole bunch of other holidays that you could have considered. Why Juneteenth?
His birthday. His birthday. He did the military parade.
Right.
That no one showed up to. That was a big waste of money himself. But okay.
No self-awareness,
It's
but
insane.
That was such a sad military parade.
It was. They were walking out of step as well. The soldiers. They were saying like the soldiers were actually protesting because they weren't like crisp and clean like they usually are. How they trained to be.
oh yeah.
Do you practice those type of steps? Being from the Navy.
This is something I do boast about. In the
What?
Navy, while I was in boot camp, I was RPOC, and I drilled my division to a 5.0 drill. One of the only, wasn't the only one, but during that time period, it was one of the only ones in that summer. And RPOC is just the leader of in boot camp.
So as the leader watching the parade, did it seem like it was a protest or did it seem like
Yeah, because everybody in the military knows how to drill. It's a step that you do. So I just think it's probably a vacation
wanna
that
be
they were
there.
doing it. Now they gotta be walking. They don't want to be there, so they just said, "All right, we'll just dress like this and just go and walk around." But no, it was definitely a protest, or they just didn't care. I think they just didn't care because there was a guy who was holding the drone. I was like, "Why are you holding the drone above your head?"
So they're cutting off Medicaid and like social services.
Mm-hmm.
When
Yeah. I don't know when it's gonna take into
2026.
effect. Oh, next year.
that's crazy. So
Yeah.
is food stamps still a thing?
Oh,
Gonna
they're
be-
cutting.
who
It's a work
knows?
environment. It's a work. You gotta. It's a work mandate in food stamp now.
Oh, okay.
You have
So you
to
have to
be
working.
employed.
Yeah,
What if you have disability? Like, what's up with that?
Right. You still
Oh.
get disability though, right?
gotta figure out.
There's
Who
a lot of
knows?
stuff going on.
Yeah,
A lot. That's
Just Call Me Brian said, I can imagine what 2050 will be like, especially with all this artificial intelligence and humanoid robots on the horizon and Elon Musk trying to have us live on Mars, etc. Too much tech.
Do y'all remember when
Hi, Tony.
not Oprah, Gail and them had went to
for no
Oh.
reason.
Yeah.
So
A
funny.
lot of people thought that was not
Fake.
real.
It was
Yeah.
dope.
Well,
So quick, because those people
Yeah.
were still stuck on the moon, right?
Right.
Those
well,
scientists,
they
those
didn't go to space. They just went like on the outer
They
layer.
went
Like
into
5
orbit and
seconds.
came back
Yeah.
down. Yeah.
and then Gail King gonna give out that speech like as an amazing. I was like, there's people.
Well-
there's already a woman that's already up in the.
Well, first of all,
Up in
she looked
space.
scared. That's
She was
what took
scared the
me out. She
entire
looked
time.
she looked terrified to go on that spaceship.
Someone
But
was forcing her. That's what it looked like. She didn't really want to go.
yeah,
It was
But-
a mix like Katy Perry, Gail King. It was so random.
The
Like,
Amazon,
people-
Jeff Bezos' wife.
Yeah,
and
it
they
was-
try to justify it, saying like that's where we're gonna be taking our trash. We're gonna be taking our trash to the next like stratosphere, and so it's gonna save the environment. I said,
Would you guys
All
ever go into space? Like if that became a thing, what Elon Musk is
Girl,
trying to do,
I
create
was-
a colony.
I was just watching the documentary for the submersible that went to go view the Titanic.
That
That's
documentary was
crazy.
crazy. First of all, that
dude is
guy
a
was
narcissist.
insane. He was a narcissist.
No.
He was a narcissist of all narcissists.
But the thing that takes me out is like he killed himself in the process of
But
doing his.
if you
thing.
watch,
Yeah.
like, I was talking to my television during the documentary. I was like, yo, like, he was so beyond.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know, if you just act like you really, really believe in what it is that
And I
you're
think that's what
saying,
he was-
Yeah,
he
like,
just
you can get
believed.
people to
So he
follow
had a
you
cult.
into
Okay.
darkness
Yeah.
because.
the thing is, it's like he like a lot of people told him like this is not gonna work. This is dangerous.
He
And he's
ignored
just like he kept
anybody.
ignored
All of it.
everybody.
He fired them, or he went around them, or people were scared of him.
And he never had a successful exhibition to the Titanic.
My God,
that was his first.
He was ignoring all of the
Charisma
safety
is dangerous.
protocols.
Yeah.
Like they were like gluing stuff
Yeah.
together. I was like, yo.
It's like every single time they tried to go, there would be something wrong, and then they would have to go back up to the surface, and then they would try again, and then something
Yo.
wrong, and then I guess he was like, "Now we're about to go
He
all
was
the way."
One of them, he said
Yeah.
it was like the hull started rattling. He was like, "No, it's okay. It's seasoning."
He said, yeah, see,
Like, yo.
Charisma is dangerous.
Oh
y'all.
my God.
Charisma.
yo, that took me
Lord.
out. He was like the noise. He was like, it's normal to hear popping noises as you like go lower and lower. I'm like, yo. He was present.
You're seasoning the hull. No.
That took me out. That right there. That
Yeah.
season comment. Oh my
like,
God.
And then
Oh
the
my
popping sounds that he kept
Yeah.
on trying to like explain away.
Mhm.
I'm like, no. He's like, when you keep going down, you're gonna hear pressure. You're gonna feel pressure. And it's gonna. I'm like, nah, no.
He was
no.
American?
Yeah,
Of
and
course.
and
That
he
dude
was one of the
is
5 that passed in
insane.
the exhibition, the
When was
Ocean Gate.
this?
Ocean Gate.
It's a
remember
documentary
Ocean
on Netflix.
What year
yeah.
did this happen, though?
2 years ago.
This
This
like
was
years
recent
ago.
because I remember when it happened. It was like a big tragedy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
No, I remember when I heard something about that. The submarine.
Yes,
It didn't
come
that's
back
what
up.
happened.
That was
That
Ocean
was
Gate.
Ocean. When they went to
Yeah.
explore
Oh
the
my
God.
Titanic. First of all, it was already eerie because y'all are going to go explore a gravesite where
gravesite.
people died, and it's
Yeah.
crazy how they ended up like
the dying there.
joining
They joined
the
them.
Yeah.
now someone else is gonna make an exhibition.
But the
Right.
only thing I'll give him, it's not like he was just sending them. My guy was going down there by himself. Like he was so delusional.
He was dedicated. I
And
would
then-
say
Did y'all see the submersible? Like, it didn't even look appealing to
he
get
had a
into.
PlayStation.
Yeah, it was like
It looked
glued
so
together.
tight.
It was
Yeah,
it was
yeah,
like,
it was
I-
crazy.
It was just a mess, but
Because I think
yeah.
James Cameron already went there, but his was just a one-person submersible. So somebody already been there. There's been
Yeah.
multiple people.
That's
He
one of the
was
best
just-
documentaries I've seen recently,
Yeah.
though, because it was just incredible, like the level of negligence and like the narcissism and the ego, and it's like you got all these people killed, but every single time they could have died. I feel like every time it was
a
like
sign.
it was gonna happen eventually. It was just like, when is it gonna happen?
right.
And it's just crazy how, like, even the guy who tried to report him and then he ruined his life and stuff. It's just
Yeah.
it's crazy.
yeah,
That one is in the Boeing documentary because the Boeing, it was like the Indian guy who survived that Boeing. Now that seat is like the premier seat of any flight. People want to sit
Oh
on
my
that
so
God.
they're
seat.
definitely gonna do like a Netflix like documentary.
Yeah,
with
no,
him.
they have another. They'll have one from last year because the one that crashed in Ethiopia, there's
Mhm.
one that crashed in I think Bosnia or somewhere, and now the Indian one. So now,
But that's actually an interesting point. Like, what would y'all do if y'all work for someone that? Because at the time they didn't know like how like dangerous what he was. Well, I'm sure they had an idea, but like, what would you do if you were working for someone that was like cutting corners? Would you speak up?
With something that's
Would
that
you
important.
report them, or would you just go along? Like the lady that quit.
Yeah.
Like, would you quit? Would you try to like stop it, or would you just be like, hey?
you got to whistleblow, especially if it's something that's gonna kill
Kill
somebody.
people.
Yeah.
If it's
Yeah.
something that's like a fraud, I don't know. I'll just let it be. That you're gonna steal somebody's money or whatnot. That's
It was
on you.
just blowing my
But
mind.
if you're killing people, then yes, you got
The popping noises was
Yeah.
getting me on
That's the part that
the
was
sound
blowing
effects,
me.
and they would get louder and be popping, and I'm like on the edge of my couch. I'm like, yo.
And the sad part, there was a kid on there. There was like a
Yes,
18.
he
was
went
like,
down with his dad,
teenager,
and I
yeah.
think he was scared.
He was
and
scared.
He still
Of course,
went
he's the
down
only one
there.
with some sense. Yes, you should have been scared.
That's one of the times you
scary.
should be grateful that you're not wealthy, because I feel
Yeah.
like that
Yeah.
is what separates you from
Yeah.
being involved in things like that. Because I feel like they thought it was like a cool experience to be able to go
to
down
say
there.
that you did it.
Yeah, but
'Cause,
that's
yeah.
That
horrifying.
kind of gives you to your point when you said like his power of wording. He was able to convince these people.
Yeah,
That's how
They
Cold
they
Feet
were
started.
they were
Yeah.
saying that he was more of like a salesman. than
Yes.
he was like
He was-
anything
Yes,
else.
and he was
Yeah.
Very
he was like
convincing.
a scary figure. They were scared of him. So it's
Mhm.
like, I think he said something like, I can ruin your life or something
Yeah.
like that. So it's like, not only he's powerful, he's scary. And it's
Yeah.
just, they were only comfortable to speak out now because he died in the,
Yeah.
in the submarine.
And it wasn't even about the money for him. It
Yeah.
was more so like saying that he did it. He accomplished
The
that
power
because he
trip.
already could live his life like as an engineer off of like his riches.
Mhm.
So he just did it strictly based off the fact that he wanted to say that he did it. Like,
Yeah,
it's crazy.
that was trippy. But if you haven't seen that documentary, please watch it. It is really, really good.
Yeah.
Like, that was good.
You know, it'd be crazy if if an ad is gonna be the documentary.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh.
That'd be
But
hilarious.
Netflix did their big one on
Yeah.
that one. That was a good
What
one.
else are y'all watching? Or what else is going on in the
Love
world?
Island. Y'all aren't
Love
watching
Island?
Love Island?
I started watching
Janet
it.
told me to get into
Get
it, but
into it.
I feel like I was so behind. Does it come on every day or something? Because
It
every day
comes
on
every day
X.
except Wednesday, and then Saturday is like the skippable episode. It's just like the recap kind
The
of.
recaps.
Oh my gosh.
The
I
thing
feel like I'm so
can't-
behind.
I
to
can't
start.
get with like the whole kissing everybody.
It's no, but this
That's
season
just too much.
That part, but this season is like the most explicit season. I feel like
I
before
saw the
they've had
clips.
some. It low key sometimes looks like a big old orgy. To
Yeah.
be honest, like this
So,
season has been.
what is Love
very-
Island like? They're just in an island.
They're a lot
Yeah.
of just regular people, right? And they're going on this island to find love. Like they're in their 20s, they're going on the island to find love. But I feel like it's gotten to a point
Just a
where
free
they
throw.
want fame, low key, because like once you leave the island, you can get opportunities to
Yeah.
like brand
deals.
sponsorships,
Yeah.
stuff like that. So I feel like it's gotten to like a point where people are trying to play the game and
Yeah.
they're not really looking
And one
for
of the
love.
biggest influencers, I think her name was like Molly, the British influencer.
Molly, that was in the
Mhm.
UK version. Molly
Yeah,
May and
she-
Tommy Fury.
yeah, they're all got discovered from Love Island. So now
Well,
people
Tommy Fury
see
was
it.
already boxing. Molly May, I think she got discovered and she got the PLT brand sponsorships,
Yeah.
the whole thing.
Yeah.
But, yeah, but sometimes I feel like before people were going in there for like to find
Real love.
love and
Mhm.
maybe get those sponsors, but now I feel like I see that all the time. Like it's in there. You see people are in there for really love right now.
Yeah.
I watch it for the drama, but last season 6 was the best season in my opinion.
Would you ever
So,
get on a show like
absolutely
that?
not. No,
I feel like
no.
Why?
I
Why?
was younger.
It's
Yeah.
too much. I
You
would
do
say
it?
it's too much like making out, and I
Yes.
think it's getting like it's
It
getting
is.
too vulgar, and I'm not very open about my dating
Girl,
life in general.
The
So
first episode that I just watched the other day, they made everybody get in a line, like the guys get in a line, and the girls had to choose 2 guys that they wanted to
Couple
talk
up
to
with.
and couple up with, and they had to
Mm.
kiss them. So you go choose one, and then you make out with him, and then you go to another one and you
You
make
would
out
do
with
that
him.
show, sis?
No, I wouldn't
Knowing,
do
like,
that.
Girl,
No.
you know your mom
No.
would call you so
No.
quick. Like, what are you
And
doing?
I was just like, that's just so nasty. Even if I was a guy and I was
Yeah.
the second guy that they chose,
Yeah.
I'd have been like,
I think
game
about that,
is-
like, after you get off the show, like, how do you proceed with your life and your career, whatever else you're going to do? Because the stuff that they're doing on there
it's
is
too
crazy.
much. Yeah.
most people
But-
become influencers, though. That's the thing. Like they,
Mm.
you
Yeah.
know, they
Yeah,
don't
jumpstart.
see
They're
themselves
not even
going
really
back
looking
to
for
regular-
love. I don't really see that. Like,
They're playing the game because, like, now at this point of the season, people should have like they should be settled in couples and stuff. But right now, people are still exploring other options in the villa. So it's like this show about to be over. Y'all still exploring? Like it's too
maybe we
much.
should. We did think about in the past coming out with our
Yes.
own LOS
South Sudanese
type.
reality
Reality
TV show. We did.
That's hilarious.
That
I
would
didn't know
be definitely
it was gonna be
producing,
dating. Yeah,
but
yeah.
That would have been interesting. That would be. That's
We
still
might
a
need
good
that.
idea.
We might need that.
Yeah, I think that that's something that we could maybe in the
Get
future
get South Sudanese people in a villa.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And
Oh
just
my God,
experience-
no! The calls that would come from Juba, the calls that would be
Literally.
coming from girl. Oh my gosh!
We want to be in it
Just
though.
playing Lido will lead to
Like, people are
arguments.
I'm screaming.
Playing Lido will lead to
Oh
arguments.
my
How do y'all
God.
feel about a South Sudanese dating show? That would be so lit. Like that would actually be really cute. We just gotta control the environment because South Sudanese, y'all,
Right.
we kind of too much.
Brian
You're
said
doing too much.
there's a show called Severance. His cousin said it's good, especially with a black actor named Tremel Tillman, similar to Dr. Lecter from Silence of the Lamb. Oh,
Oh.
no, I do not do horror.
Horror.
I
Let
don't
me
do
take a picture
scary.
of that
I can
comment.
do
Oh,
horror.
you like
'Cause
scary?
I love scary.
Oh my God,
I love
I
scary.
cannot do
Oh,
horror.
I can't.
No?
No.
I love scary
Mm-mm.
movies.
I'm childish. I cover my eyes like at movie theaters.
The ones
I don't like gory. I don't like.
I don't
well,
like
I don't like the ones that are consistent, like Final Destination, like where it's just the whole movie
Mhm.
is gore. I don't really like that.
Yesterday I was binging Squid Games, the 3rd season.
I can't do squid.
So
No,
how do you
the
talk about
second-
you don't like scary?
I know, but I've been covering my eyes the whole
Oh,
time.
yeah,
I was watching
yeah.
people just like no, but the second season was a little weak. But the 3rd season, they definitely
Yeah.
stepped it up.
I'm about
would
to watch that.
watch 3rd season. It's really
Yeah,
good. 'Cause
yeah.
I don't know what they were doing the 2nd season, but the 3rd season, yes, for sure.
I
Let's see
will
if
be
watch
watching.
the second season. I don't think I watched the second season. The
What
first
do you-
season was good.
Of
But I
Squid
didn't
Game?
watch.
Yeah, I like the first season.
We
What do
talked about it on the show a little bit, but to bring it back to Tarek, how does it feel? Because I was in our team meeting, we talked about how like you be tussling in the comments whenever people try you. How does
Yeah.
it feel now, like for it to be such a positive response? Like, did you feel like, dang, like who I'm gonna argue with now?
Oh, I still had.
You gotta tell them that he went
He
viral
went
though.
viral
I had a lot of
on
arguments
TikTok
that I was
and
still
Instagram.
getting into, but no, I am not. I don't
You were-
look.
that
I
was
don't look for
forced.
arguments.
It was 90% positive.
Yeah, it was 90%.
Well,
positive.
you
Yeah.
comment, you respond back to comments that are negative. Like I'm not gonna do that. I might do that once in a while, but I'm not gonna like consistently argue with somebody. You
Yeah.
be ready to argue.
I mean,
with
I just
whatever.
be having time. That's the problem. I don't do much
I
during
be
the
having
daytime.
time. We have time too, but I think like if you respond to negative things, people gonna keep trying
They're
to
like,
get a
oh,
response
she
from
But
you.
this
responded.
is-
All right.
Yeah, like
Oh,
time.
I think it
Say
is
something.
different, like, because y'all the host of the show. So
Oh,
they
yeah,
gotta-
that's true.
They got to
We're
keep a
women as well.
decorum. Me,
That's
I don't have
true.
no decorum. I just go. I just say what I need to say at that moment. And it kind of, I think it boosts up engagement.
It does.
Yeah.
It does. I think you responding to makes it a little more real to where it's like the person on the clip is actually responding to you. It's not like this whole TV thing where it's like you can't interact with the people. But yeah, that was very positive, and I just love the fact that I knew it was going to go viral. When
I mean, me personally, I do love the haters. I love the hatred.
You feed off of it. I feel like
it feeds me. It gives me energy.
does.
So if you hate me,
you're like the alchemist. Like I feel like you transmute, and I love that about you because I believe in transmute. Anytime someone said negative stuff to you,
I enjoy it.
Transmute
it. I need you to. Now, if you say it to me in my face, then I'm gonna respond in your face at that moment.
But why do you like negative feedback? Like, what is it like? What is it about it?
Because I think it gives a different point of view of what somebody is. I don't have to be right. They don't have to be right. But just give me your point of view. I'll give you my point of view, and then we'll meet in the middle.
So, are you like a rage baiter?
Are you as receptive to positive? I feel like I think positive feedback makes him uncomfortable because it's like, okay.
I do feel uncomfortable.
That's why I realized I'm like, why?
I like the negative. I feel like the negative is like it's a pushback. Positive is just we just going the same way. It's like
you like problems. Always.
Yeah.
Let's dig deeper.
Right. Like why is that?
Some other stuff that.
What in your childhood has caused you to not be able to receive positive feedback? I'm just kidding.
No, seriously, no, for real. He was really thinking about it.
Like, why don't you?
I know what it is. Like,
what is it?
I'm not gonna share it.
Okay.
To the world.
Okay.
But no, I know what it is.
All right, it's you got a little too personal.
Yeah.
Let us know. Let us know if you ever want to share.
Yes.
Yeah. All you gotta do is just catch me at a bar somewhere. After like 3 shots. And then ask me.
Someone Play a Lot 87 said Tarek like people being real with like 10 exclamation marks.
Yeah, I do like realness.
Somebody out here understands you.
Thank you.
Emmanuel texted. He said, "Wait, we got a show today."
See, the problem is, Emmanuel, you are unable to
show up on time. And we had guests from Yale.
Yes. On this episode that's coming out on Tuesday, we had archaeologists. Okay?
People who've done BBC interviews.
People that work with Dr. Sebi.
Hello?
Emmanuel Jal. People that work with the Sudanese government, the South Sudanese government. So when we say the time is the time,
especially today, we needed to put our best foot forward.
I did know the show was serious when the door was closed. I was like,
the door is closed.
It's time to level. We're leveling up. We're leveling up.
The room was like a certain temperature. I was like,
the price went up, but
so we couldn't have a man.
We gotta lie to you about the time for you to show up still late.
See. Y'all, we knew y'all were coming. Vida, you said you're coming at 2.
Vida,
we understood. So no worries.
The most on-time people. I think Tarek is like second or third, but Vida, But
Emmanuel show up mid-conversation, boom, the door wide open.
And be trying to pour a drink. It's like, dog, you don't deserve a drink.
Hold up.
You need to sit down.
Let's talk about this because Christina's coming from somewhere deep.
Right.
Somewhere deep.
It's been bothering her.
Something has been bothering you.
In all fairness, we're all late, but there's like degrees to late. Exactly.
There are levels to the lateness.
See, there's levels.
There's like, if you tell us you're going to be late, cool. And then there's like levels of like how late you are. 20 minutes, okay. But like, you say you're going to be at the first episode and you come an hour, 15 minutes.
And if you're late and you just go sit in the corner, it's like, Emmanuel, come, walk through, make a drink, everything.
He's real comfortable.
Sir.
Mashallah, we love it.
He's real comfortable.
He really is. We love it, but damn.
No shame.
Right. Someone VROO said, you know you're cooked when someone lie about time and you still late. Exactly. There's levels. So we cannot understand what level he's on. Like there's
we just never know. It's unpredictable. And like when we have guests like these guests that we had, we have to.
Thank you, Brian. Brian said, like the show, guys. Thank you. Please,
thank you.
Please, everyone who's in the room, like the show. Give us topics to talk about. We're talking about trending topics. We talked about shows that we're watching right now. Let's get into the Diddy trial, though.
Are y'all not
what
tired
y'all think about that? I'm tired of Diddy, but I'm so mad that they wasted my time these last few weeks. I've been so tuned in to like all of the intricacies. Cassie testifying while almost about to have her baby. Literally, imagine like her husband having to see all of the crazy stuff that she was testifying to, just for them to find him like not guilty on most of the things. That's crazy.
Money talks and BS walks.
Do y'all think that he's gonna get time, or y'all think that he's gonna
it's time
get
served.
out?
I think he's gonna get time served. I think he's gonna get time
served. It's just a prostitution charge.
Yeah, I was really, my spirit was very saddened that day. I was just like, I cannot believe.
Why? We don't know none of these people. These people don't impact us at all.
But it's like,
it's not about him impacting us. It's just like, this is just going to continue on, then I feel like it would have set a precedent if he would have actually, something would have happened to him. But now some people online were saying that raid was just a way for them to get those tapes that he had. And then I guess he didn't snitch on anybody or anything. So they just,
that's my disappointment. They didn't bring out who are these other people. He wasn't the only one that was doing all this freak off.
Of course.
Who are these other people
he had other people
that are doing this? That's what it is. So I think it was just kind of a.
But now that he got off, there's no point of prosecuting.
No, I think this was just a humiliation ritual.
Let me start a poll.
I'm screaming, not a humiliation ritual.
That's all it was.
Do you think Diddy will be let free? Y'all vote on this. Do you think Diddy will walk free?
He'll be in Miami in a couple of months.
Yeah, I mean, it's prostitution.
Yeah, he'll be in Miami in a couple of months.
He's going to have time.
Do you think Diddy would get bail? Yeah,
the real victim in all this is Cassie's husband because he had to listen to these.
That's what I was thinking.
No, the real victim is Cassie Ventura.
Cassie was part of it. She wanted someone to freak off. She was asking for the prize.
That perspective really bothers me.
Yeah,
me too.
That's the thing. Like someone said, like there's an issue. Like consent, the way that works. If just because you say yes to something doesn't mean you say yes to
all
it
the time
in every circumstance.
No, of course. Some of the videos were
to say she wanted it. I don't think that's real. Like,
but I'm just saying, from
what
her
about her
husband's
being
perspective,
are we forgetting that she got beat?
What about the video? The video counted for nothing.
She got beat.
Who was hiding that video?
Who y'all vote? Continue to vote.
Why was it underneath for so long? And it just came out conveniently right before the trial.
I don't know, but she got
somebody was holding
$10 million for that.
I think
video.
It was $20 million.
30 million
in total from her settlement with Diddy. But there's other victims that were a part. Like there was people that we don't even know their names. Like
now I see why she went the civil route and not the criminal route. At least she got her money out of it because clearly he was never going to get convicted.
Because civil there's like a lower barrier.
Lil Cutie said, "Yep, he's going to get time served." Brian said, "I don't understand why P Diddy raised I'll Be Sure's son after the mother died. ? Weird." So far, we're at 100% that he's going to get let free on the poll.
And my thing is, like, people, do you see that people are, like, rejoicing that he's free? Like, it's like they're making it seem like he's like this martyr or like a great person.
A freaked out individual. They say he's just freaky.
It's like I don't know if
some of the stuff he was doing was too much.
Yeah, being freaky is one thing, but I feel like he was using his influence, his power, his money. Like it was a lot more besides him being freaky.
Yeah. But I'm not even like gonna say that I'm mad that he got off necessarily. But it's like we're not gonna act like he was like he's innocent. Like
no, he was
as
not
a person.
But here's the thing.
You know what I mean?
I believe no matter what, his reputation and career is done after this regardless. So I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
He's still gonna have money
after this,
but not as much. Yeah,
he probably will do projects and stuff, but just like
behind
silent. And not
maybe
let
change
his name
again.
That's what he needs to do. He all in the videos. What did Suge Knight say?
Yeah,
he's always in the forefront.
And all the people that testified against him, they're probably scared for their lives right now. Like I know there's this guy named Big Homie that I used to watch. I watch his interviews, and he's like in the UK. He left the States because he's been really coming out a lot in interviews speaking out against him. So I mean, his money is long and he has influence and power.
He left the States.
Yeah, I would too. No, I feel like Diddy allegedly will get to you if he needs to. Yeah, I think he's unalived a few people. So I would leave too.
I feel bad for the people that are victims of Diddy, but because of this being something that like the courts ruled, like they're like, okay, like this went through the courts, it was public and people didn't get justice. So like I feel sad for them because this might dissuade them from also speaking about what they experienced. So
that's true. That's true. And the way that people receive the people who hurt others, like the people like the not the victims, what do you call it, other word?
Predator?
The predator or the
suspect, I guess.
Right, I can't think of a word because the predator is kind of strong.
Yeah, these lawsuits,
how people perceive them, like how they're just welcome with open arms. You know what I'm saying? Like how when Diddy got exonerated for the major crimes, people were like, y'all saw Boozy. He was like, I'm so happy that like he was just like
always like
people
that.
are coming out in support, but it's like you don't need to come out in that type of support. Just be happy that he didn't get convicted, but you need to still hold him accountable for what he's done and how he's treated people, because that came out in the wash. Like he beat Cassie's ass. Like, are we just gonna forget about all that stuff? because he got convicted, because he didn't get convicted. So it's just, I don't know.
Boosie, I love his music, a legend, but sit this one out.
But it's like a lot of people who are like, yeah, free Diddy, thank God. Like they're like people.
Y'all
are,
saw Tiny T.I.
Yeah,
and I was like, we didn't forget about that case that
Tiny?
they had
T.I.?
when they was doing.
Yeah, they be doing some freak
definitely
offs
doing
too.
freak offs
But
too.
it's like
Jesus.
they were so quiet the whole trial, but now that he's exonerated, people are so comfortable. But it's
Ray
like,
J. Lil
Can't.
Cutie said, "Do y'all believe he had Kim Porter unalived? And I was only worried about his kids." Diddy play a lot.
Girl,
87.
he might be free. We can't answer that one.
Yeah, she said. He said Diddy's rep took a serious hit, though. I agree. It's never going to be the same. Ever.
Speaking of this, since this is like a serious topic, I guess we can bring up the fact that there was a young lady in South Sudan. There was a few people who messaged us in regards to this topic and asked us to kind of shine a light on it. There was a young lady who was 16 years old who was, I don't know if I could say it. Can I just say it?
No, don't say the whole word.
Yes.
Say grape.
They were gang raped. So she was gang raped by 7 young men, and they recorded it. And it was on like the South Sudanese like media platforms, and at least 2 people messaged us and asked us to kind of shine a light on it. I believe that they were arrested and apprehended, but I don't the process in South Sudan. I don't know how serious it is or how strict it is, and how like if they will truly be held accountable. But it's just crazy. And then also like a few months ago, there was a girl who got beat by her husband. Remember? There was a domestic violence like kind of conversation that was happening.
What is happening?
Yeah. And so the fact that they recorded it is the part that's the most like
I think the girl
disturbing?
who sent in the video said that she's in fear for her safety.
Yeah.
And that made me really, really sad. Like the fact that you see this happen to someone and there's not really a lot of like real repercussions. And then it's like, okay, so if that can happen to her, why not me? Like, how do I feel safe moving about,
Yeah.
Same thing like you said with the whole Diddy trial. It's like all the victims that were brave enough to come forward and speak out. It's like now you're afraid for your safety as well. Yeah, it's just, what kind of a world is this?
And
like
then,
I said, it's just depressing.
And I think that's like, we don't really talk about this often, but femicide in Africa is such a huge thing.
People don't think
very
beating
taboo.
Your wife is that big of a deal. With the other lady who came out, it was just, people were in the comments like, well, we need to look more into it. Like, what did she do?
Right. Literally, they're like,
so
we need more information before I make a judgment. And the girl had a black eye, busted lip, bruised arms.
Oh, that's the one on Facebook.
Yeah, the one on Facebook that was controversial.
And a lot of men. I mean, to give credit, there were men that were saying that was unacceptable, but there was a good amount of men that were saying like, we got to get more information before
a lot.
Yeah,
I don't know. Is that a culture thing?
I think because a lot of it is like the culture. They view the woman as property.
Yes,
Facts.
they do.
So they
Thank you
feel
for
like
saying
as
it.
a property, you can just do whatever you want to do with your property. And I think that is something that definitely needs to.
Do you think dowry has something to do with that?
Yeah,
I think that definitely lends to it. Like the process of paying money.
They're paying money for
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
Like, and I don't know if it's because I don't think if you can divorce, you get your dowry back. I don't know about that, but I do know a lot of times even the family will convince you not to divorce somebody.
Yeah,
even though
you
they're
do.
abusive
You
because
you
of
can
the
get
dowry
your money
they
back.
already received.
Yeah,
So
you can get your money back.
Get your money back.
yeah.
But no, I don't know if that's culturally, but I'm just really grateful that I didn't have to see my dad beating my mom, because I feel like that's a different kind of trauma. But the fact that people just act like it's okay, no, it's not okay. Not only for the women, but for the kids, for the household in general. Like, that is not okay.
Yeah, and the fact that these are kids doing this to another kid because she's a teenager. I mean, these are teenagers. So where are they learning that from? Like, so it's just very unfortunate and disturbing. But
and to make it more disturbing, everyone seems to think Diddy is walking free. Jeff 20131.
Diddy walking
That's a
free.
great segue.
I love
that's
that.
a great way back into Diddy.
It's giving news reporter.
Jeff says Diddy
Love
walking
it.
free. Okay, the poll is at literally 100%, which is crazy.
Yeah. And
We have
that's the
23
world we live
people
in.
in
I
here,
feel like
so,
the world is still so like men centered. Like,
yeah, this
it's
is
crazy.
Surviving
Crazy.
patriarchy.
Surviving patriarchy with Ladies Assessa. I'm just kidding.
But the lawsuits, I feel like lately, like with Tyler Perry and everything, I feel like At first, it was exciting. Well, not Tyler Perry, but like the lawsuit. Okay, let me rephrase. Let me pull back. Like with the Diddy thing, I felt for once I was like, okay, maybe this whole deep underworld of Hollywood was finally going to be exposed. And then it's just like, oh, not so fast. Even with the Epstein thing, it's just like we get right there and it's like, no. So the powers that be are very much in control. Jeff said what Diddy did get charged with nothing really. He's just a freak. Okay.
I guess the argument,
I think the prostitution charge is the only thing
that was the only one that's
stuck.
Yeah.
But I guess like that's the argument is like was what he doing really a RICO? Like
they need to investigate these people that I really feel like he's unalive people. They need to dig deeper. Don't give up. Don't give up. Come on, like, okay, if he get off on this one, please file more charges. Like, please don't just let him just go free like that. He's done a lot of stuff. I know y'all can get him on
Diddy defenders not gonna like that one.
This show is brought to you by 50 Cent because 50 Cent do not like him.
I know he was so hurt.
50 Cent was the one that was pushing this from
that's crazy.
What else is going on?
What's new?
Somebody commented on our video, you know how we talked about like I think it was the Sudan's contribution and the henna, how Sudan is like black culture. No, it was an African American guy, and he was saying like, can you guys address Myron Gaines from Fresh and Fit? Because he's like, I always thought that Sudanese people were like that's how they thought like was like him.
Not.
Yeah. Oh, that was interesting.
Yeah, you saw that comment, right? So, I mean, that's something that has been on our radar is Myron Gaines and like Fresh and Fit and how a lot of people think, especially, I guess like African Americans probably because he's so loud and he's so anti-black, especially as it pertains to like the African American community. I mean, that's who he's really speaking to. You know how like
Sudanese.
So they're thinking that that's our mindset as well.
I didn't know people looked at him and saw him as Sudanese. So that's my thing. I don't know if he's open about that. So
he's disassociated himself from being African or Sudanese because his real name is Amru Fuddle.
Well,
that was like Myron Gaines.
Well, here's the thing.
Is just a name he picked up.
Where did he even get that from?
So then what does he identify as? Because he talks, because he talks down on African Americans, like African American culture all day.
Especially black women.
Even whenever he was on Piers Morgan's show with Mark Lamont Hill, and there was a lady on the show talking about, like, why can't I say the N-word? Like, she was...
And he...
Right? And then Mark Lamont Hill went off on, the show and basically saying like I'm the only real black person here.
Yeah.
When Myron Gaines is on the show, because Myron Gaines doesn't identify as black.
But you guys, we just talked about this on the episode. When you talk about like the identity politics or whatever within the country of like Sudan in general, and then when we talk about like it's just so deep. Like, okay, he's Sudanese, but he's racist against black people. And she was just talking about how some Northern Sudanese could be even more racist.
Yeah, he's very anti-black.
He's very which is why people are having this issue. And that's why the guy was probably like, I'm happy to hear that this is not how all Sudanese people think.
Yeah.
But he does not represent all Sudanese people. I think that's
He doesn't represent no Sudanese people.
I feel like he's one of those, but he strikes me as a type of like person like Sudanese that will call you a slave, like people in the South.
He does.
Like,
he says about
doing it.
Like he says some pretty disgusting things. And that's why I'm disturbed that he's now getting on shows like Piers Morgan.
Like what
all that stuff.
It's
like that bothered me seeing him on there. It's like he's getting rewarded for it. Like now he's getting on bigger platforms. Like how does that work?
I really don't understand that. Like I feel like that's why the red pill is
Everything
growing.
is backwards.
The red
in the
pill
world.
is growing, is getting into politics because why are you on like Piers Morgan? That don't make no damn sense.
Somebody said one of his family members fought for the Janjaweed.
But that's crazy.
Yeah, and Brian said, especially dark-skinned black women for some reason.
No, but you know the Janjaweed is the one who's responsible for the Darfur genocide.
Yeah, that's why he.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's a
it all makes sense.
Allegedly.
Let me pin this.
Allegedly.
It all makes sense. It's all making sense.
And honestly, that's a problem when you try to have like positive. The thing with social media, I feel like negativity is rewarded.
Yeah.
Like it gets engagement. Yeah. So the fact that
why you looked at me when you say negativity?
Who?
You.
I didn't. Oh my bad. I didn't even mean to.
No, it's not funny. Okay, Jeff said that's funny to y'all. No, it's not funny. It's just I feel like sometimes when it's random, like it's just a natural reaction for people to laugh, but we definitely do not think that that's funny.
No, that's not funny. It's just that we didn't expect that. Like, we did not.
It's not expected, but it's definitely not funny at all.
Like
we just did an episode talking about the war in Sudan and everything like that, so definitely want to make that clear.
No, it's just we did not expect that. I just assumed that he had those sentiments, but the fact that somebody was like, oh yeah,
it's like family members think of like, I don't know. I just
with that comment, they probably agree.
No, but it's crazy how he's just going up and up, and the other guy, what is it? Is he fresh or is he fit? He's fit, right? And then Fresh is the other guy?
Yeah.
So people have been saying, like, he should leave him behind. Granted, he is a little slow. Fresh is slow. He is slow.
Where's he
I'll say
from?
that.
Haiti.
He's from Haiti.
He's Haitian? Yeah, but it's just crazy.
He's anti-black, too. And he's, like, literally
But he's
black.
not as bad as Myron. Myron goes out of the way. Like, you can be talking about a different subject. Like, oh, you like apples? I like bananas. Oh, I hate black women.
Fresh is from Barbados.
They're both anti-black. It's just that Fresh or Fit or whatever is more articulate. That's it.
That's crazy.
Because why would that be your friend though? Like I can never be friends with someone that like that's someone you're choosing to be. That's not a family member.
That's true. And then Fresh is dark skinned, so all the things that he's saying about black women is kind of applies to his family members as well. But I know he doesn't care. So
he doesn't give a shit. He don't care.
It's a grift. They're making money.
Oh yeah, okay. Musa said, "I love me some Nilotic women, especially the one that's half Dinka in the wear. How are you single, PYT?" Okay, Sarah.
Oh,
shooting shots.
Oh, how did you know I was? Oh, you know the tribe and everything.
Yes.
Paying
Listen,
attention.
shout out to Musa.
Hi, Musa.
I thought you was going to say, how do you know I was single?
No, I was like, how does he know I'm half Dinka and Nuer? Because I think I said that on only one episode. So
it was not just one. Just one?
Maybe a couple.
I feel like you probably it's been
sprinkled.
Yeah.
Right. I think you said it more than once.
Okay. I love
He's
that.
A great listener.
I love
a great listener.
We love a listener, like an active listener.
For sure. Yeah, I don't think he's from Barbados. I think he's Haitian.
No, he is from Barbados.
Oh, yeah, he is.
He's from Barbados?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
But I don't know. He's a little too dark for Barbados sometimes.
Oh,
Barbados be mixed. He probably is Haitian. He just be claiming Barbados. Like, I gotta.
No, because Rihanna's light skinned, but her mom's dark skinned and her dad was light skinned.
I never heard him speak Spanish though. I need to hear him speak.
They speak Spanish in Barbados.
They don't speak Spanish.
They speak
in Barbados.
Oh,
they do.
I didn't know that.
What language do they speak in? Is it
Barbados?
Barbados?
Yeah, they
Bahamian.
Bahamian.
Y'all sound so ignorant. Oh my gosh.
I think it's
hey, if you know, let us know.
We're trying to learn.
Yeah.
Tory Lanez is from Barbados. Tory Lanez is not from Barbados.
Tory Lanez is Jamaican.
He's Jamaican. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
I don't really care, honestly.
He's Canadian.
And he need to stay where he at.
Why hating on Tory Lanez still?
What? Still?
It's already been proven he did not shoot her.
It has not been proven.
It has been proven.
I know this isn't really you, so I'm
so serious.
This isn't the real you, Tarek. I know you're smarter than this. I know you're better than this.
This is really him.
Tory Lanez is not propaganda.
No, because I know ballistic. You can't get shot in the foot and then be dancing 2 weeks later.
Okay.
So,
all right.
This will take us in a whole other direction.
So the medical doctors just lied.
Yes.
Okay.
Ooh, Musa said, "I just love your aura and beauty, Sarah. I'm gonna come to Texas just for you."
Bumba glass.
Stop lying, bro. No bumba glass.
Y'all can see it in the comments, can't you?
Hold on.
See?
My
he
God.
really said it. Oh, I thought you was being childish. I was like, girl.
I am not childish. A book said hashtag don't free Tory Lanez.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes,
because
that part.
All right, Jeff, you're probably right. He is Bahan, from Barbados. Yeah, what else is going on?
Yeah, what else is going on in the world, you guys?
I don't even want to get into the Tory Lanez and Meghan thing.
Because it's already been proven.
Much.
It's already been adjudicated in the court of law. We no longer need to go over it. Yeah.
Yeah, what else is happening?
All right.
Vida, do you want to touch on, because we did post about it.
You did. Yes. Yeah. My brother is found and he's at home.
Yes.
He is well. Thank you everybody who shared and reached out and showed concern for him.
Mm-hmm.
That was very scary. That was literally last week. That was literally a scary situation. So
just to fill people in that didn't know, her brother, did he go missing for a few hours?
Yes,
or was it like a whole day?
Almost 24 hours.
Yeah.
Yes. And he was found nearby the home. And so, yeah, that's what happened.
And that's amazing because, like, sometimes when kids go missing, like, they don't get found. So, yeah, that's so scary.
Did he get a whooping?
He doesn't really get whoopings. I feel like once, like, some kids, like, it doesn't work. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So for years, it it makes things worse. You know, you have to know how to like, because some things you do like it might escalate situation. So if he doesn't get whooping, he hasn't got whoopings in. I got whoopings, you know.
Right. So you got to talk to him.
You have to talk to him. You can't. Yeah.
These new kids these days.
Yeah, I think the generation, the parents,
you gotta talk to them. Yeah, because when you whoop them,
yeah.
it just gets worse.
Because some kids are different. You know, you can't just
Her university said
that should be a show. Well, how did we get punished as kids?
We talked about Love Island earlier, but yeah,
we did talk
her
about
university, you just missed it. And then Jeff said, why you never talk about Arab slave trade in Africa.
We have been.
That's actually what we're talking about actively now. So.
Yeah, that's going to come out on Tuesday, that episode. So stay tuned. Or maybe not this, maybe the next episode. Yeah. But yeah, we do talk about it. We're actually still learning about the Arab slave trade. This is something that's actually new information to us, honestly.
It is.
Yeah.
A book said Mufraka with like capital letters.
I used to get whooped. And it wasn't even my mom. It was my brother. My older brother used to whip me.
David
used to whip you?
Yes, absolutely.
Oh my gosh. I never knew that. He was so nice growing up.
Oh, girl. I just blasted this guy's name.
He's been on the show. He's on the show.
Yeah, I used to
Your
get
brother was so nice.
How much older than you? Like,
what's the age difference?
You almost got me. Okay, so he's he's like 15 years older than me.
Oh, what? I did not know that. That's
okay. That makes sense.
I've known you almost my whole life. I did not know that. That's crazy. What?
Yeah, he used to whip me real
bad. That's the good genetics because he does not look 15
Jesus.
years older than you.
Yeah.
Wow.
But because my dad was in South Sudan, so he took it upon himself.
As he should.
Yes,
as the man of the house.
Yeah.
Okay.
He was the one. He was getting the instructions.
My mom would whip me too, but it didn't hurt. Like,
your mom is so nice though. I feel like it hurt her more than it hurt you.
Right?
Probably.
Yeah. So,
Jess said, did y'all get whooped? My mom only whipped me one time in my life. Really? My parents never whipped me.
But you're the oldest, but you're the youngest, so you're like the bad kid.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But my mom, she's scary, so she didn't have to whip me. Yeah.
Yeah. Like she's so nice, but like the way she's so stern, like it's like she don't play.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
Jeff said, "Do y'all look at North African countries as Africans?"
I got to do more research. I don't know.
They're an African continent.
The question is, do they look
view
at themselves
as
being Africans?
Yes.
Of course, they're Africans. They're on the continent African, but do they look at themselves or consider themselves to be Africans? It's open to them if they want to accept it.
But also, like, are they indigenous to Africa though? Are all of them?
Yeah, that's true.
So does that also play into like? Because I'm thinking of like South Africa, like, and how like white people from Europe came to South Africa and settled there, but they're not indigenous to Africa.
Right.
Yeah.
So I wonder if that would kind of apply to some Northern African countries as well. I don't know.
But I feel like the Afrikaners, the white people that settled there, they consider themselves South African.
They do.
Whereas like maybe the people like that are in North Africa may consider themselves to be like
oh my God.
Arab.
Yes, because last weekend I'm a realtor. So last weekend I went to a new build community and the guy he's white, right? So he was talking to me and my family, and then he's like, he's from Botswana, and he was born in Botswana, grew up in Botswana. His family are farmers. And he just, all of a sudden, when we talked about like our history, like I was born in Zimbabwe, so we were talking about our history, and he was just like, yes, like we're neighbors. And he was just like, I feel so connected to you and your family, as Africans. And that was different for me because I had to like readjust to like, yes, there are white people who really are African and they feel like, yes, I am an African person. He talked about all his travels and everything. And it was just, it took me back because we don't see it as much here in America, but there's South Africans, like you said, Kenyans and everything. So I think that's a really interesting thing to explore.
You're kind of born in Zimbabwe?
Yes, moving along.
Zimbabwe.
All the way.
Well, that's how my family, like, I have a picture of John Garang and everything. There was like I don't know if it's an embassy or something that was in Harare, but my dad was in politics back then in Egypt, and they were going to arrest him. Someone told him about it, and then we ended up moving to Zimbabwe. So instead of me being born in Egypt, I ended up being born in Zimbabwe.
Your dad almost got arrested?
Yeah, because he was the president of the SOSA organization in Egypt in Shams University, and he was speaking out for the Black people who, like us, the South Sudanese, whatever, who were being, marginalized and everything. Yeah. So then I guess it got kind of sticky, and someone gave him like a heads up, and then we just kind of fled to.
Yeah.
Get Dad on the show.
Right, that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, like when we did the TV interview, I asked him because remember we had to talk about like where SOSA comes from and everything. So I was like, Dad, like help me like the acronym SOSA, but it actually was a thing before we took SOSA as Ladies of SOSA.
Yeah, it was actual.
It was an organization. So
I didn't know that though.
Yeah, like people still call him the the president or whatever. So. Yeah. Oh, so we can super chats. Okay.
I know. I was like, hello.
Musa is very
Musa
very generous. Okay,
it.
he said we gotta put tribalism to the side. I have a Dinka Boer friend. She told me she hates Shuluk and Mundari. That breaks my soul. Thank you for the $4.99 super chat.
Did she
Musa.
tell you why?
And then Abuk said tribalism in South Sudan is so normalized. It's actually so sad. So many conflicts could be avoided if people just stop having such closed minds.
Facts.
Musa gave another $4.99 super chat, and he said, "Please tell me you single, Sarah. I'm ready to give 100 cows just for you." Yay. Keep the super chats coming.
I'm screaming. That's his version of dowry right there.
I love that. He's showing.
100
okay.
cows. That's a lot of cows. How many cows is that?
Yeah. How much is that?
I think each cow costs like $5,000.
Ooh,
or no. Each cow costs $500. More or less.
Let's do the math.
So let's calculate this.
500. So I should be able to do that in my head.
Musa, you flying
5,000?
in DFW
5,000
airport.
sounds a little low.
500 times 100. Oh, wait.
No, 500 times 100.
50,000.
That's 50,000.
50,000.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
math
that's a lot of money.
50,000
is not too bad.
Okay.
You know they say South Sudanese girls are expensive, so.
Yes, but thank you, Musa. You're so sweet. Where are you from? Where is that name from?
Yeah, Musa, please drop your information down below. You're making a very, very
Musa say he's coming. Like,
yeah.
Oh, he's on the way.
Yes.
So where do you live?
Yes, Musa.
Texas.
Sammy said a healthy cow is $650 USD.
Ooh.
Hey, Sammy.
Hi, Sammy. How
So
are
the
you?
question becomes, can you give the family sickly cows that are lower in price? If it's a cow, it's a cow. If I get a $300 cow instead of $650 cow, I'm actually saving myself half off.
I don't know how it works. I don't know how the process works.
Yeah.
Brian said, I have been to Egypt, and South Egyptians or many Upper Egyptians look very similar to Myron Gaines and many Ethiopians, and many that look like Arabs. So it depends on Egyptians, I guess. I know there's an overlap of North Sudan and Upper Egyptians. And then Abuk said it depends on the characteristics of the cow, like the horns or the print, the color, etc.
That's true. That's true. That's what, like dowry. They take all of that into consideration. So you can't give them no sickly cow. And they need to have a little bit of meat.
They're not going to eat the cow. They just need it for the milk.
No, they eat the cow.
Please drop your information down below before we end the live.
These cows. I can't have them being eaten.
They eat the cows. Because I remember my sister's wedding, they slaughtered the cows and we had like
this guy's funny.
Like Shea.
Yeah.
He said, I make $80K a year. That will not hurt my pocket. Okay.
Okay, Musa.
Musa. I like Musa. See, he about business. That's what I'm talking
about.
Sammy said to Tariq, but your in-laws won't accept the $300 cows.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, they're not going to accept it?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not slow. They know what a healthy cow looks like.
But Costco do sells whole goats. Like
Costco?
What do you mean like a whole goat? Like
they
a
sell
live?
whole goat. No, it's dead.
Oh. I'm about to say.
So I'm like, I can do Costco. Get the goats.
We got 3 minutes.
I don't know.
Because finding cows is hard in America here.
How does that even work? I think we have to just do cash, right? Because
yeah, they just do cash straight away.
Because back home, like if you get the cows, where are the cows gonna go?
They eat them.
They're not eating all.
They're gonna eat 100 cows.
Maybe not all of them, but I feel like they utilize it during the wedding and stuff. Like cook it.
But if you're like in diaspora, where are you gonna?
I think you just use money.
I think money is the best.
Yeah,
best way. But yeah, thank you guys so much for joining our little live. We're going to do this every time we shoot. I think it's a good way to connect with our viewers. We'll try to schedule it more often so that it's not just like sporadic. But the fact that we didn't even promote this and all of you guys are on here, that's amazing.
We have a few more minutes left. Is there anything else we should like touch on briefly before we head out?
Sammy said they pay $100K instead of cows. $100K is a lot of money. Some people don't even make, most people don't even make that in a year. So Abuk said, do you guys believe that dowry is beneficial or not?
Oh, that's a good question.
That's actually a good episode topic, to be honest. I think that there's pros and cons to it.
Yeah.
Musa said he's Nigerian and Haitian from the Hausa ethnic group.
Oh, love that. Very nice. Where do you live? Do you live in like the U.S. or let us know?
Tarek doesn't believe it's beneficial.
Yeah, the uncles and aunties that you never met.
He
typed it.
Does that discourage you from wanting to date a Sudanese or South Sudanese girl?
Yes. It's a major discouragement.
I felt like that would be. Maybe that's why people are not getting married as much.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Big. I don't want to say it's a major discouragement, but it is a discouragement. If you have like two women, one doesn't need dowry, the other one does.
Do you love more?
Do you remember that guy that really likes you?
No, I don't.
He would always be on YouTube comments.
Oh, Lord.
Okay.
Where he at?
Oh, well, Moose's in Nashville.
Oh, that's right.
Nice.
Nashville is very close to Texas, actually.
So messy.
Our last few comments, Abuk said they distribute the cows to relatives. So thank you for that.
Okay, thank you for clarification.
Jeff said, do we have any thoughts on the Indian guy from Uganda claiming African-American to get a job and got busted? No, I didn't hear about that.
Can you send us that?
Can you send us a link?
Please.
Is he talking about, it's a guy who got like 20 IT jobs, working for like 20 companies.
Oh, I didn't hear about that.
Yeah, it was a big news in the IT world because nobody can get interviews.
Yeah,
Microsoft is laying off people, and he's just getting jobs.
Oh my
left
gosh!
and right.
Sammy said men in Africa fear marrying the women and girls in the diaspora.
Why? What's wrong with us?
I wonder why that is. We got a super chat. Thank you for the super chat, Brian. He gave us a super chat for $5, and he said, "Go to South Carolina, namely Goose Creek. There are plenty of black farmers there with cows."
Oh,
so any of my South Sudan people looking for cows.
Are they willing to use that as dowry payment though? They might want to keep their cows, but
Musa said, "I'm serious, Sarah. I'm skilled in plumbing and HVAC."
What is HVAC?
You really
he knows how to lay pipes.
AC, heating, AC, ventilation.
Okay,
yeah.
Okay, look at you.
He say he knows how to lay pipes.
A working man.
If you're really serious, Nashville is not that far from Dallas.
That's only
Why would Tyreek say he's trying to tell you he knows how to lay pipes?
That's what plumbing is. If a man is an expert in plumbing, that's what he's saying.
Shaking my head.
Yeah.
All right.
But you got to spell Sarah's name right, though.
Uh-oh.
You know, yes.
It's not S-A-R-A. It's S-A-H-R-A. Yeah.
Sarah.
Yeah.
I try my best to pronounce it that way so people can pronounce it correctly. But no, it could be autocorrect because a lot of people say that.
But thank you guys so much for the comments, the interaction. Anybody want to add anything?
You guys want to plug your social handles at least so that they know where to find y'all?
I do hair now, so you can find me at South by Vi on Instagram. _ South by Vi _
Yes, come
if you're in Dallas.
What kind of hair? Braids?
Braids, really braids.
Yeah.
Yes.
I will be coming to you.
You don't do locks?
I could retwist them. It's not anything. You just twist it.
Beautiful. You got a client. Go ahead.
Yeah. Oh, that's it. Oh, my.
Yeah, your
handles. Now that you're famous.
20. I don't know if I'm famous.
Has anyone got in your DMs?
Oh,
No?
I've been have a bunch of people in my DMs.
Well, I mean, like from the clip.
Yeah. I've got a couple in my DMs. We are.
Oh my gosh! Somebody brought up 4 Extra, Tarek. They said,
Oh,
"Did y'all
shout
see
out to my
that
guy,
rapper
4 Extra.
named 4 Extra blew up his hand while playing with fireworks on the 4th of July? Like
I
yesterday, 4th of July."
Yeah. Do y'all want to see the picture?
Absolutely
No.
not.
I do.
Easy.
I think I saw it on Medical Talks. I follow this page called
But yeah,
Medical Talks.
you can follow me on Instagram,
Oh,
Arnabe20.
Sarah, look, Musa said he spelled your name right. He said, "I remember that, my sweet love," with a heart. He said, "She got me blushing."
I love this guy.
Me too.
He is.
That's love right there.
Fresh Prince on iPad says, "Talk about diaspora wars going on and needs attention." Definitely would bring that up next time. And Tarek, you got a good outfit. Sammy is checking out your outfit.
Oh.
Yeah. But thank you
yeah.
guys so
Upside
much.
down.
We got to get out of here.
Yes, we love you guys. Thank you. Stay tuned for the episode coming out on Tuesday. Yes, Tuesday.
Yes.
And we will see you next time. We love y'all. Bye. Bye, Musa.